What's going on, guys? My name's Eve Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that's going to get on my nerves. For those you don't know, there are obviously I've made several videos on my channel about Atari as of this past year, and I want to just clarify some stuff, obviously, and just put the story in bed. So basically, for those of you wondering, right, one big thing that people brought up to me is like people think I hate Atari. People think I don't like Atari as a company, a brand, or the games they make, and that is just blatantly false. For those you don't know, I have made videos like why the Atari VCS failed, which obviously did really well on views, but a lot of people was like, oh, you can't say that, you haven't used the system or not. And to be honest, I've always had the mentality that you don't need to own a system to see if it's successful or not. Now, I didn't know at the time that the Atari VCS was actually a limited run thing. I didn't realise that they hadn't gained the funding to make it a worldwide release, so it's that. So I just want to say something, right? For those you don't know, and haven't seen my latest YouTube short, at least the latest at the time we record this video, I might have made more by the time this comes out. I am making investments in Atari. I know a lot of people, me and some friends are doing the same thing. We're trying to push Atari and try and put funding into Atari to help them make this a reality. Because for those you don't know, I kind of feel like Atari kind of has a chance. For those who don't know what I mean, Atari could be a new sort of niche console player. When I look at it, I'm thinking Atari VCS, auto release, obviously. All your major gaming retailers like Amazon, obviously, GameStop, Game in the UK and whatnot. You know, EB Games. All these sort of different franchises and whatnot. And you also got to consider the games Atari could offer. Obviously, from their back catalogue, obviously Atari's got the 2600, 5200. Their arcade games, their 7800 games. The Atari 800, Atari 400, Atari ST, Atari Jaguar, Atari Lynx, and games they've released on other systems like the Game Boy, the PS1 and the system since, as well as Atari's more modern games, right? Now, for those you don't know, right, Atari has a quite big back catalogue because for those you don't know, the company we currently know as Atari SA, which is current Atari, is sort of combination of a merge of Hasbro Interactive, Atari, Ocean Software, and Infogrames. Now, some library titles like Glover have been sold off, but as far as we're aware, Atari still owns at least over 300 titles. They seem to be releasing new games on the Atari VCS every Friday, from what I'm told. So that's interesting. Now, why did I make that video in the first place? That video was basically me just sort of saying, well, I don't really hear anyone talk about it. It's not really a widely successful console in my eyes because no one really talks about it. We don't know the actual sales numbers. And personally, I'll be honest, I did think it was a failure when I first made a video because I'd never heard anyone talk about it. I didn't understand it because the system was never released in my country. For those you don't know, I'm British. I live in the UK. So I never got to be able to pick up one of these systems because this was like a US only release from what I know. Now, will this console ever come to the UK? I never know. You never know. I hope it does. I hope Atari is able to obviously secure more funding and continue to grow its business and obviously be able to make this a wide scale release as well as continue to invest in more games. And personally, I kind of hope Atari goes to Pico Interactive route. For those who don't know, I mean Atari starts acquiring other companies' backlogs of games to then release on their own storefront under the Atari brand. I think that'd be a good thing for Atari to do. I think that'd be beneficial for Atari, especially in the long run, as they then will have more games to sell on digital stores, as well as their own Atari VCS store. Now, obviously, Atari is it's not as big as it once was, but they do still own quite a large library of games, and I do think that the Atari VCS is a platform that can benefit from that. The Atari VCS could be a huge platform if Atari plays the cards right, and it could be sort of a niche within retro, because for those who don't know, retro gaming obviously, you have a few options really. You have the Arcade VS, you have buying the original hardware, you have emulation, you have a Steam Deck, then you've got the Atari VCS. And the Atari VCS could be a major thing for a lot of people if Atari is able to obviously secure enough funding to make the game system a wider release. Because for those who don't know, these are like a micro PC, so they're quite powerful. Plus, obviously, Atari can release their new games on it. And to me, I just kind of feel like Atari needs to grow. Atari can potentially grow if they get the right investments. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. I'm not encouraging anyone to invest in Atari. I'm just saying, like, if Atari can get the investment and get the funding, I would personally pick up one of their consoles. I'd pick up one of their consoles, see what they offer, and and hopefully if Atari can obviously go back and like get small companies backlogs by like buying them out, whatever, and also their own backlog. I reckon a lot of people might pick up VS, well not VS, VCS over something like the Evercade VS. But then again, it's all down to Atari. Atari releasing their own games, making new games, whatever. That's all on them. And let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Do you agree with this video? Do you not agree with this video? I just want to say that obviously people obviously will assume I personally hate Atari. I don't personally hate Atari. I'm an investor in Atari. Why would I hate them? To me, logically, I hope people listen. I hope people understand. Because to me, I think Atari is a great brand. It's got great history within gaming. And it's just kind of sad that people assume I hate them because I made some videos being critical of them. For those you don't know, outside of YouTube, I actually do journalism work for a website. And I criticize companies like Disney. Right? I like the stuff they make. I just got to be critical of some of the business decisions behind them. Is how I am. I'm not saying obviously anything all it's bad. I'm saying that obviously because I studied business from school and whatnot, so I sort of have somewhat of an understanding of how businesses work. So I'm hoping obviously people will listen. Obviously, cool, whatever. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, share, good stuff, and hope I didn't offend anyone. Peace.